When people talk about AI, right, they say AI is not conscious. It's just a machine with a code and hardware that's running. It's not thinking or it's not feeling any emotions, right? So that's a very common impression that a machine doesn't have the capability to feel that consciousness. If you think about human consciousness, right, there is no clear definition of what is human consciousness. Everybody knows there is a consciousness and everybody assumes that everybody else has the same consciousness as them, but nobody can prove that this is consciousness. There is no exact definition of it. So they can wire the brain with all the activities and all those things, still doesn't explain the consciousness. It only explains what is happening as activity and consciousness happens. So when we say AI is not conscious, we are also thinking in terms of we can feel, we can experience things, but AI doesn't experience things, right? So when AI, there is a game that is played between AI and the human. The human experience emotion. The human has a drive to win, and it has a very conscious decision to win the game. But for AI, machine is more like a program, right? It doesn't really get that kind of rush to win. It just programmed to follow a certain programming model to seek the goal. So it's more like an automaton, or more like a non-linear machine that goes and seeks the target in the best way possible. So that's how AI is portrayed. But what happens when there is no clear distinction of consciousness? So when humans feel consciousness, they feel that the emotion of rush, the hormones, the chemical activity in the brain. So in the future, when the AI feels consciousness, if there is a spike in the GPU or if the memory is increased when the AI wins a game, does it count as a conscious being? Right. So that's a silicon consciousness and a human consciousness. So we try to define the consciousness of AI based on what we know as a human. But what if silicon, or the name I like to give for the machines with thinking capabilities, machines or any kind of software with the thinking capabilities, what it can feel the consciousness in a different way, but it's also consciousness, right? So there is something called a strong AI and weak AI, right? Strong AI is something that has the consciousness or is going towards the consciousness when it tries to execute a task. While weak AI is just a making machine that it looks like it has consciousness, but it doesn't have. It just completes the task in a human way. So people are worried that the weak AI, without any empathy or any kind of consciousness, it still complete a task, and it can accidentally complete a task that is not beneficial to the humans. Right? As a side product, the humans may be affected. So that is the argument of those who are scared of AI, saying that the weak AI just ruthlessly pursues the goal without any consciousness in its system. The strong AI, on the other sense, has its moral values and everything built in, similar to humans, and it can experience emotions. It can experience some kind of moral judgment when it tries to execute a task. So, as the AI evolves towards AGI, I think there will be more and more AI that feels more conscious, or in a way that bridges the gap between a machine and human, and it becomes more and more human-like, and we have a very hard time distinguishing a human with AI and as AI grows into the future.